website, strongisland.com. Welcome to HouseWerk.
Welcome.
That's right. It's Wednesday night.
Absolutely. It's time to work, honey.
That's right. Wednesday night. We do it 9 to 11 every Wednesday. Show's called HouseWerk. I am Bobby L.A. Lacera and the lovely
Christy
Couture.
Welcome, everyone. We have a fabulous lineup this evening. We are looking at Razor and Guido, along with the lovely Leah Delgado performing live. So we have a lot for you, folks.
Yeah, man. We got a big show, Razor and Guido, and a live performance from Leah Delgado. So it's going to be a big night. I'm excited. And there's a lot of people up in this place tonight. So
there is. We have a full house.
A lot of excitement. So we're going to be, Razor and Guido are both going to DJ. Leah's going to perform. You're going to talk to Leah. Me and Jose are going to talk to Razor and Guido. We're going to take some calls.
We look forward to hearing from you. And we look forward to giving you another fabulous evening. So why don't we go into your history a little bit, Bobby, with Razor and Guido. I know that you happen to be personal friends. Same with Jose, Mr. Lights.
Yeah. Well, wow. Guido, man. We go, yeah. Like, a lot of people don't realize how the dedication and the drive to continuously work at something that you truly, truly love. And this man right here, Guido, is a perfect example of that because I know him way back, and I know him when he was working at studios and sleeping at studios. So, no doubt. So he's come a long way, and I appreciate it. No doubt. So, we go back, and we've been through the struggles together. And, man, that's why I respect him. I respect Razor. They definitely did their thing, and they got a sound out there. So I'm excited to have them here. It's going to be a great show.
I know. This episode is going to be fabulous. So I'm really looking forward to everything this evening. And hopefully we get to hear from you, all the viewers, tonight. And we're going to have another great show.
Yes, definitely.
Correct. So,
all right, so without further ado, why don't we bring Leah in here, and why don't we do that? Yeah, why don't you sit down with her and talk with her, because I'm excited, so I just want to get to it. And
we're going to get Leah and her manager also, the lovely Anthony Joseph. So why don't we get Leah over here?
Let's do a little, what do they call it again, musical chairs?
Yes, we're going to do the musical chairs. Leah, how are you this evening?
I'm great.
Great, we're happy to have you. You came all the way out here from Brooklyn, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So we have the Leah Delgado, and we also have Anthony back here. Why don't we say hello, Anthony?
What's up, Chrissy?
What's going on? How are you tonight?
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, we're really excited to have you guys. We have some lovely talent in the room, folks. So let's get into a little bit about Leah. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I am a singer and songwriter, and I've been doing this since I was about 5 years old.
Okay. And what is it that was the first thing that motivated you to get into singing? What is it, the first moment that you remember from your childhood that made you, want to join the chorus or want to be part of the choir? What was it?
Well, while I was a young child, my dad was a singer, and he was in a band called the Rhythm Jesters, and they would always rehearse and practice in our basement.
Okay.
And I just absolutely loved it. It was exciting, and it was fun, and I loved how music made me feel. So when I was in school and youth group and church, I got into performing.
Okay.
And then I started getting solos, and then I realized that I actually could sing.
Okay, which you absolutely can. So you are very, very talented. So why don't we go into some artists that inspired you? Who are some of the artists that drove you this way?
Well, I have to be honest. When I was a young girl, it was definitely Mariah Carey.
Okay.
And listening to her CDs and singing exactly how she sang her songs really helped develop my voice.
Sure.
And now, my taste has changed, but I have to say it was Mariah Carey.
That's fabulous.
Gotta say it.
So why don't we go into how you got involved with Razor and Guido? Well, why don't you tell us a little bit? Tell the viewers a little bit of your history with that.
Okay, well, me and Anthony have always been a fan of their work, and do you want to explain how the connection came?
Basically, I've known Leah for a while, and we work together. She does mortgages. I do real estate. So we've been working together for a while, and we were talking one day, and she's like, I love singing. I have the passion, just haven't met the right people, and basically ran into Razor when they were opening up for JP at Aura.
Okay.
And kind of cornered him. I held him down a little bit. I said,
Which you are a go-getter, by the way.
I said, listen, I'm coming over to your studio. I'm bringing her. And he said, all right, send me some stuff. And the next, I think that Monday, they called me. They said, let's get it in. So,
So that's great. And
the rest is history.
Exactly. And who better to work with than Razor and Guido? We love them so much. They always want to make you do everything, do it again,
Absolutely.
So
again and again.
Yeah, so they're fabulous artists to be lined up with. So why don't we go into what you do, Anthony? Why don't you tell us a little bit what you do for Leah?
Basically, we've been putting some productions together, trying to get the word out. Basically show her talent. She had a different sound before I came into the play.
Okay, what type of sound would you say that was?
More.
Well, there's pop music, dance music can get very repetitive, and
Sure.
Especially with all the technology today, doesn't require much talent.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to bring to the table is what you hear in the music production that we're doing is actually what I really sound like live.
And that's correct. You do have a beautiful voice, very
Thank
beautiful.
you.
It stands out.
We're trying to do music that's fun and exciting, stuff that you want to dance to, stuff that you want to listen to in your car in the summer, and just a little bit different, a little bit
Make
of a
you
twist.
move your feet.
Exactly. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the track you're going to be performing? I'm really excited about that.
Well, they're going to feature a new track called Forever, and it's now starting to play in the clubs. They're really excited about it. It's completely original. And then another track we're working on is called Pushin'.
Okay, fabulous. So now, about how long has Forever been in the works? How long were you working on that track till you released it?
The way it happened was amazing. This was the first track
Chemistry, that's all you could say.
First track we started, and I think within 10 minutes, Guido had his beat together, and we just worked off of that. And literally, I think we finished the song in 45 minutes.
Well, that is fierce.
I gotta say, we've worked with a couple of people, and I've never seen chemistry like they have. It's
either
it's
it's
like
either
magic.
there or it's not, and this is so there, and it's just great.
There's a lot of magic in the room, folks. So we have a lot coming up for you tonight. So why don't we take a look at some of the other things that you get involved with? I know that you were mentioning you wanted to incorporate some new sounds into some things that you're working on. Why don't you tell us the direction you're going in these days? Where you're headed.
Okay, well, I definitely want to keep it radio friendly for people that are used to the sound that's been driving the industry. But I just want to put a little bit of a twist to it.
Okay.
And I've been hearing a lot of unique sounds like organic, environmental, that I would love to incorporate just to make it a little bit different.
Okay, organic. I love that word. That's very new, and that's something I think everyone would enjoy hearing. There's a lot of stuff out here nowadays that is just repetitive. Lots of Barbie wigs, lots of Britney Spears, lots of everything. But I think the world needs to take a look at Leah Delgado and and see what a star you are. And so we're excited for tonight. Now, how are we looking for the DJ set? Is that something we want to go into sooner than later? Because I'm really excited.
Senor.
Uh-oh. Yes.
Yes, you.
Now, just so everyone knows, we're gonna have Leah performing this evening. She's gonna be doing a live performance of Forever, which we're really excited about. So you'll get to catch her live, and you'll be able to hear her talent stream right through your computers, right through your television screens, right through your own home. So it's something to really look forward to. Yes, turn it up and enjoy yourself. Now, as far as the Razor and Guido go, you guys are lucky this evening because you're gonna have Guido starting out first, and then Razor. So they're both gonna be doing their own sets that are just. No, they're no sex.
You don't heard sex.
No sex in the champagne room, people. Okay.
Now it's really a party.
Okay, it's not after hours yet. All right. So we're gonna have Guido coming up here first. And he's going to be introducing you into his realm of rhythm and soul and the deep sound in the underground, right? Exactly, progressive house. All right, so we're going to get it rocking here, and I'm really looking forward to giving everybody a great evening. And make sure that everybody does take time to check out strongisland.com, where you can make your own personal websites. You can blog. You can do anything that you'd like to do pertaining to strongisland.com, your own personal interests. If you want to talk about Leah, you want to hear exclusive tracks, that's anything, check out strongisland.com. Take a look around and join the community. In addition to that, you are more than welcome to call in this evening. We really want to hear from you, and we're looking forward to it. Right, guys?
Involved.
Absolutely.
All right. So here we go. We got Guido bringing it on. All right, people, get the speakers ready. Guido, working it. It was fabulous. The last track, I just love that. So why don't you come over and have a seat with me? Yeah. We'll sit down and.
That was the. Yeah.
That was fabulous. So we love it. Thank you so much. Why don't you come over and have a seat with me and maybe we'll take a call or two and say hello to some of the viewers. Catch up.
It's a yeah.
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 So that was another fierce set by Guido, as always. So talented. All right, so we're gonna get him over here, and if anyone would like to call in, please feel more than welcome to call in and say hello. We'd love to hear from you, and we'll go on from there. So we are gonna get Leah Delgado set up here as well. So if you bear with us, her live performance is coming up.
I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, Guido. What's going on, buddy?
Hello.
Hello, governor.
Hello, lady.
Well, thank you for coming this evening. It's always a pleasure. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your tracks you had going on there tonight?
Yeah.
You had a fierce
oh,
mix
yeah, give me my paper.
Can't give all the secrets away, though.
Well, no, we don't. Transporters are cool. I don't mind. See, it's not what you have, it's how you use it.
That's right. That is right. Those are words to live by.
Anywho, so I guess I tried to play a track at the beginning. It didn't work out. So I moved on to the beginning. Was Benny Benassi's Move Your Body,
Yes.
2012.
It's fabulous.
Then the second track was called The Donkers. I sweated on his headphone. See, DJ Share Lattes are not that, but he's just being gracious.
Raise it over there.
Wait, was that the whole? I needed that. You had a towel the whole time. I've been sitting here paper toweling.
Oh, we saw you over there. You were
paper towel.
You're having a good time.
I sweat like I owe myself money.
Oh, I love it. So I mean that's fabulous. I mean, I know I've been to some of your parties in the past, and they're just so great that it's something that you never want to leave. It's so fabulous. So why don't you tell us one of your most memorable moments in your nightlife career?
That I remember.
Yes, one that you remember.
Yes, remember. That's the hard part.
That is true. It is. There's so many, right?
It's like forever.
Nightlife is forever, right?
I don't know. I mean, we really appreciated when we went to Japan. That was a really big deal. Yeah, you forgot. Japanese people are quite.
They know how to party.
Cool. You know, it's not just know how to party, but they have a respect thing when they like you. They know every song. I mean, they
do. You were correct with that.
We did,
and they're loyal to their style and sound. You know.
Okay, for instance, we did this place in I believe is Nagasaki.
Okay.
And it was more like a lounge or cafe or whatever.
Sure.
And so it's more intimate, maybe the size of Aura, let's say, but it was like split up, so it was even more intimate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we had we're setting up, and the booth is like, you see the booth, and you can see the crowd right there. You can actually touch the crowd right over. So we're setting up, and these two bald-headed Japanese guys walk in with wearing two shirts. One shirt says a big R, and the other shirt says a big G. I swear to God. And it was
I love that.
And they came with towels like this, and they stood in front of the booth. And, okay, and they we're ready. And the whole night they were right in front of the booth, like RNG. I mean, you know.
That's gonna really drive you
too. You could probably get that. You could get that here in America, but it's one of those situations where it was a combination. It was an intimate room, and then these guys were just loving us, and it's just like, you don't even know how to process that.
Yeah, and also in Japan, they all lined up and faced the DJ.
Well, back
that was
then,
like the first time we ever seen that. We're like,
yeah.
Wait,
back then,
Wow, that's awesome. That's a really cool experience. Plus, it was international as well, so you get to travel to a really exotic location, you know? So that's really neat. You know, I think that you guys really, you really deserve the respect that they give you, and you deserve it throughout, you know, throughout the world.
Thank you.
Because some of the tracks that you produced have gave people some of the best moments of their life. Like I was saying, "Do It Again" is one of my personal favorites. My sister Kim Bella Couture and my sister Paige Perfection, they're my best friends. And "Do It Again" has had some of the funniest moments in my life with my.
Well, I've heard the funniest comments to it too. I mean, I think one of the craziest ones was where I was at a club and the guy was. I think he said something along the lines like, "Yo, I just had sex to that song last night." I'm like, "Thank you." What do you say?
Well, hey, exactly. At least you know people are working it out at home.
I mean, and then also I think one guy also credited to having his baby.
Stop.
But I wouldn't let him name him Razor.
But honestly, that's something really cool. But that's something really cool that to have in your life.
It is. I mean, actually, I make jokes of it, but I'm really appreciative of that. I mean, because it's one of those things, especially the business the way it is now, that recognition comes few and far between. And it's those honest moments of recognition, not just the ones that people just say because they're in front of you and they've got nothing better to say. But it's like you could tell the honest moments, like when people say they like something and they didn't even know it was you or something like that. And those, and you got to cherish those things. I really appreciate it.
Exactly, and it's really neat to be able to be an inspiration to a lot of people, and to drive a lot of people. So, thank you for everything that you've given everybody throughout the years, and thanks for everything that you've done. It's amazing. And some of the best moments of my life were to Do It Again. And I wouldn't trade any of those memories for the world, So thanks for everything. Now, how's Leah doing? She's all set to go? All right. So we are going to get
very talented, Leah.
Yes, very talented and very beautiful.
Very beautiful.
Always looking gorgeous.
I'm not going to be able to get my head out of the studio.
She might be prettier than you, Jose.
All these compliments.
She might be prettier than Jose. She might be a little prettier.
Okay. Leah. Thank you very much. You did an amazing job. Such a beautiful voice. Beautiful, beautiful.
Round of applause.
Thank you so much. And thank you for everything. Just beautiful, beautiful voice. All right. So, Leah, the beautiful one and only. We're really excited to hear everything you have coming up. Go ahead.
No, not now. You see why we're working with her.
Exactly. Yes. Yes. You guys are an amazing trio. I'm telling you, there's a lot of chemistry in the room, and it's something that's really special. So, thanks for the beautiful performance, and we're gonna get into a couple other things here. Why don't we try to get maybe a call or two, if anybody would like to call in and say hello to Guido, and then we're gonna get into Razor. Razor will be going on in about 5 minutes. So if anybody needs to get up and take a minute to go grab another drink, work it out, come back. So why don't we tell another fun story? Everybody wants to hear something.
Well, Peter's about to play a bunch of songs that that we have just recently remixed. Actually, these the remixes are going to be the remixes in one production. We actually got a chance to work with this DJ producer named Lisa Kensington.
Sure, that's awesome. That's amazing. We got a caller coming in. Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, hello. Who do we have on the line?
What's up? I want to give a shout out to the boys and yourself. This is actually Sin Morera. What's up, guys? You guys are, I just wanted to say, you guys have been in the industry for a long time, and you guys, I love you guys.
Sin pena, Sin Morera.
Thank you.
Yes, Sin. And Sin, thank you so much for calling in. How's everything going? How are you enjoying the show?
Everything is good. I was just watching the guys do their thing and watching their artist. She was great.
Leah.
Great song.
Yeah.
And is it out?
Not yet.
No.
Not yet.
First time anybody's even heard. Well, they heard it 2 weeks
They
ago.
heard it at a club, but the first time it's live.
Yeah, first time it's live. Like actually, the world could hear it.
Yeah. So
Cool.
So you heard it
cool.
first.
Are you guys
here.
going to the Winter Music Conference?
No, we can't. We cannot. We have to. We have like 2 gigs and 2 remixes to finish. So we decided to we were gonna go and we decided not to. We were gonna go just for this for the thing
we
that
bought the tickets.
Yeah, we bought the tickets
And then we canceled them.
Oh my God,
and we got
canceled them.
$4 credit.
So we're paying. Trust me, we're paying. We're lucky we're making money because we're paying money for not going.
That's awesome. Well, Sin, for everybody that's listening, in case anybody isn't aware of who Sin Morera is, Sin Morera works with Nervous Records, and he has a single Heartbeat out. He's another fellow DJ in the industry, along with Razor and Guido, and he's going to be coming up on the show next week. So we're really excited to have him be a part of the show as well. You excited, Sin?
I'm very excited, and I just want to leave you guys saying, continue to do. Continue this, I mean, the music you guys produce is amazing. So, I know you guys are like one of the original guys from way back with Junior Vasquez and that whole crew.
Thank you.
So I just wanted to say I love you guys and keep supporting house music, and I will see you guys soon.
We love you too. Thanks so much, Sin.
All right, guys.
you.
God bless.
All right, Sin Morera.
Right.
Thanks so much, honey. All right. So we're gonna have Razor tear it up, right?
Yeah, he's gonna play some of the remixes that we just did. We just had 2 number ones just at the beginning of this year. We had 3 number ones actually. Yeah, the first one was Deborah Cox. Deborah Cox, If It Wasn't for Love. The second one was Gloria Estefan's Hotel Nacional, and then the third one was a group called Blush, with their song called Dance On. So we've already had 3 number 1 remixes this year. We're hoping that the first production is gonna be Leah's. So, but Razor will be playing the remixes now in chronological.
Okay, we have another caller. All right, give me just one moment. We're going to grab the caller, and then we're going to get into Razor.
Sounds like a...
Thanks for calling in. This is HouseWerk. Who am I speaking with?
Oh, I just want to give a shout out to my sister Leah Delgado for doing an awesome job.
Oh, well, that's so wonderful. Thanks so much for tuning in. And your sister's very talented, and she's very lucky to have a great sister like you as well. You enjoying the show?
What?
Are you enjoying the show?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's great. Thank you so much. Did you wanna come over and say hello to her? Okay, here, just scoot in real quick, and we're gonna grab Leah for you, and she's gonna come over and say hi.
I I just want to say it's so important to have
Hold on, I'm sorry. Hold on.
Natalie.
Just lower the computer.
Yeah.
Yeah, just mute your computer, sweetheart, and you won't get any feedback.
Natalie, thank you. Thank you for always supporting me and being the best little sister ever.
And that's really sweet to have a family tie like that.
It is good.
Okay, all right, Natalie.
Right, thank you.
Well, thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing you. Make sure that you log on to StrongIsland.com, make yourself a profile, so we can get to know you as well. All right, so Razor, bringing it out. I'm excited. This evening is wonderful.
Play
All
the
right,
funky music, white
work
boy.
it out, Razor. Work it out.
Yeah, man, Razor killed it. No doubt. StrongIsland.com.
Yeah.
Welcome back. HouseWerk. Razor and Guido in the building. Razor just finished his set. Very, very nice, yo. So, yeah. We are going to sit with Razor and Guido for the next 25 minutes, 25 minutes, and we're going to talk some shit, if that's cool with you.
Talk shit, man. That's what we do.
Come on, yeah.
Going?
Wait,
Yeah,
you
that
want?
would be great, actually, yeah.
Wouldn't that get boring after a while?
No.
This isn't 1999 in your house in Huntington.
No, don't worry, let Jose can always switch it.
Jose B, switch it to Jose.
Yeah, man, Mr. Lights. All right.
Jose. I like to thank Jose and Daisy and Cookie and
You're very welcome, sir.
everybody else.
All right, cool. All right, so Razor and Guido in the
Very
building.
nice. I give that the very nice.
The phone number is 516-945-9099. That's 516-945-9099. We're going to talk with Razor and Guido.
I don't mean to be a hip hop guy, but turn my mic up.
There you go. I'm sorry about that.
No, I'm good. That's up.
All right, cool. So that whole last set you did, that was all your guys' remixes and productions, huh?
The past like 6 months, yeah.
Oh, so that's all new stuff.
It's all new.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've
Wow.
been. People wonder where we are. Well, we're in the studio,
You guys are busy.
and
Very
even if
good.
you don't hear a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying, because some stuff is directly to Billboard, stuff like that. You
You'll hear
will
it in
eventually.
6 months.
Yeah, you'll hear it in 6 months.
I hear you.
I haven't heard any of the music, well, because there's a lag. Obviously, DJs get it first, and it's all over the country, all over the world. And then maybe, I mean, just because people are so used to
Yeah.
instant gratification, but the
Well,
reality
yeah,
is
today-
that
You're right.
the reality
especially-
is that sometimes things need to come out slow because you need to get it to DJs first, so they play it. And they feel important for about a second, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then because the second that they have it and they like it, then their friends have it and everybody else has it.
Yeah, and then once everybody else starts playing it, they don't want to play it anymore.
Right, that's
You know,
it's
which
just one of
is-
those DJ
it's
things.
just-
Like
that's-
I played that 2 days ago.
Yeah.
It's,
The attention span today is just amazing.
it's like that cell phone commercial. I forgot. It was like, no, you know how to put this on. You know how to put this on. You know how to put this on Facebook. You know how to put this on Facebook. You know how to put
Oh
this
yeah,
on Facebook.
20 seconds behind. Yeah,
still
that was
20
so 20
seconds.
seconds ago. Yeah, I hear you. So all right, let's just go back a little bit, and then we'll come back up front. But I just want to I want to ask you guys a question because I remember when you guys, like I said, we've been doing this a long time, and each one of you, I want to ask you. Maybe it's the same answer, maybe it's different. But what do you think was when you guys were starting out? What was the first track that you thought opened the doors for you as far as like where people started to respect you and say, wow, those guys really know what they're doing. Let's get them on some of our stuff where, it kind of puts you on the map. And the second part to that question is what song or remix, production, whatever, do you guys really think defined you as a sound? Like when you were done, you were just truly happy with everything and you felt that it truly represented yourself. So the one song that you felt put you on the map and got you respect and got you jobs, and then the other song that you felt was really just everything you ever wanted to
Well, it's a weird question because you could easily say "Do It Again." You know what I'm saying? But "Do It Again," I guess, would be the easy one to say as far as publicly. But technically, if you want to go from a technical route, it was.
We did with Boris.
We did a song with Boris. A song with Boris called "Foxy Lady." It was obviously a remake of "Foxy Lady" by Jimi Hendrix.
Okay.
And that one, it was just a track with the breakdown that went to Foxy Lady and a big build up. You know, and back in those days, it was like this 12-minute epic tracks. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody had all the time in the world to sit in one place. That one actually got the attention of Junior, and who in turn, and Jonathan and Junior both at the same time, who in turn both started playing our record. You know what I'm saying? Started spotlighting us.
Okay.
And started making us pay attention. But as far as the public is concerned, the song that defined our sound, or the record that defined our sound, was "Do It Again." Okay. Obviously, I mean, we had done a couple of remixes before that, but "Do It Again," I mean, we did Biggie Smalls before that. That was kind of like the beginnings of the sound. So that was like about 8 months before. 9 months we did "More Money, More Problems." So that's the first exposure. But the problem is back then also is it's funny because I was going under the name Go.
That's right.
60.
Yeah.
Which.
Is that Razor and Go?
Which is my
Razor
initials.
60 they wrote.
Well,
the
what
first
happened
time.
is when we did
what is this 60?
When we did the Foxy Lady. When we did the Foxy Lady, it was like he said, let's call you something. You don't have a nickname. I go, I don't need a nickname. My name is messed up already. He's like, yeah, but they're not gonna be able to say it. It's like, all right, dude, the best I can give you, I'll give you my initials. That's cool. They mean Go. We'll do that. But the problem was that we did the Foxy Lady, and the Foxy Lady got reviewed, and they were like, Razor and 60.
Oh God.
Because they thought the Go was a 60.
This is 60, yo.
And then after a lot of abuse from all my friends, I decided, you know what? The first production that we do, we're just gonna use my name. And it just. We looked at it this way. It's like, it may be hard to say, but once you see it or hear it, you never forget it. And then it just became.
Yeah, it's Guido.
It was a great trademark. It was a great trademark.
Oh no, it's Guido. Everywhere we go, they say, "Hey, Guido." He's like,
because if they think you're
he doesn't
Italian,
correct them. It's just
yeah, I'm Cuban. I'm Cuban. I'm not Italian. The U and the I say like an E.
Guido.
But it's a Guido. But I don't care. I live in New York. I just got to roll with the punches. Like in Miami, I didn't have this. When I grew up in Miami, there's no Guidos in Miami. The guys that are like Guidos in Miami, we call them Cubans. We don't call them Guidos. They're Cubans. The Cubans do the same thing. They ride around the Rivieras with the gold chains and stuff like that. So I was always Guido. You know what I'm saying? And I come here and you're Guido. I was like, what?
Yeah, you came to New York.
Yeah, and then that's especially Long Island. It's like the worst. I came at the age of 19 with my little. A Volkswagen Rabbit that was lowered with all red, my Miami car and the Guido name, and then they're making jokes of me like, where'd you get that painted? Earl Schreiber. I'm like, what? Earl Schreiber? What's Earl Schreiber? There's no Earl Schreiber. So, culture shock.
All right, we're talking with Razor and Guido. The phone number is 516-945-9099. 516-945-9099. Anybody wants to call, ask them a question, say what's up, do it now. We're going to be talking with them for the next few minutes. So how do you feel like as far as with the whole dance scene and everything being a little more accepted now with dance music and everybody? I mean, it's like crazy. It's like even all the hip hop now is like housed up and danced up. But you think it's good? You think it's gonna last? What's the idea? Get as much out of it now? It's just gonna cycle again, right? I mean, what are your take on it?
I mean,
I think it's great that the Europeans brought back dance music.
I'm not sure if it's going to cycle.
It's great.
I think it's just going to keep morphing and changing. I mean, it's like anything else. It's like hip hop's not going to go away. It's just going to keep changing. But I'm glad that it's the upturn is danceable music right now. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of whether it's hip hop or not, because that's what we do. That's what we love. We love dance music.
Yeah.
So, it's like we grew up DJing. We all did. We grew up DJing like when it was like. When house music or any kind of dance music was more, or any kind of hip hop music had a dance influence in it. You know what I'm saying? Because hip hop came from dance. You know what I'm saying? Let's get real.
Yeah.
From disco and dance.
Yeah, because it was really
funk and
disco.
It
was rap. it wasn't even called hip hop, and it was more up tempo because
Yeah.
it was party, it was dance.
It was always an R&B. It was always R&B.
The break, Richard Scotty.
Yeah.
Even so, I mean, I'm glad that it's an upswing. Although I feel it's bittersweet because the business is so wacky that it's not. I mean, you know, it's not like the fun times of the late '90s. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm glad that it's here because at least we're getting recognition for what we know how to do. You know what I'm saying?
I always you know, because we go back a little bit and we know how it was to release music and how it is compared to today. And it's I always tell people it's like, you know, years ago when we released songs, you know, we had to pay for that stuff. We had to pay for the vinyl. You know, somebody had to pay a couple $1,000s, invest in it, and it seems to me like today it doesn't cost anything to release a record because it's digital. There's no cost, so it seems to me that a lot of music just gets out there because there's no filters. There's no more investments.
Yeah, okay, but it's a different business model, and you got to understand this is the catch-22. Yeah, things are great now, but this is different. It's a different business model. You're not gonna make money off your music anymore, but in turn, your music doesn't cost a lot of money to put out.
No.
To make. What the music is for is to promote you. It's a promotional device now.
Yeah.
And you use it to get gigs. You know what I'm saying? Where you make a lot of money. I mean, I just saw the roster for bingo players, let's say, which I'm a fan of the bingo players. All right, they're from Switzerland, I believe, or Sweden, and they in March alone, they've got about, I think it was 95,000. Yeah, no, it was like we added it up. I think it was like 19 gigs in March alone, and you know, if you're conservatively saying they're getting 5,000, which is they're getting more. You know what I'm saying? But conservatively saying they're getting 5,000. In the month of March, they're making $95,000 in DJing. So what do they need to sell records for? You understand? The money for DJing is so big that really it's just promote yourself making records and then just get DJ gigs. Just like artists do.
If you're not a DJ, then you have to sell yourself in other ways. So basically, the music is a you know, it's a promotional device. So you can sell yourself as a product.
It's a promotional device. Your songs that you make are promotional devices now. If you can get lucky enough to have it on a, you know, on a Budweiser or whatever beer commercial like Avicii, then you're making money. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, or any kind of, you know, advertisement or movie stuff. That's why a lot of the stuff is moving to LA, because the real money is either going to be performing or getting it on some sort of, you know, distributed like
video games
or video
some sort of
music.
synchronization or something.
Yeah.
I hear you. So, you know, Razor, you brought up, you know, about the Europeans, and it seems like, as far as dance music is concerned, these guys are just always on the cutting edge. I mean, with their software, the technology, it's amazing. Are we ever going to catch up to these guys, or are we just going to continue to follow their footsteps? Because do you see us breaking any trends, or do you see them breaking the trends and us just coming along? It just seems like we never seem to take it over like hip hop or any other type of music.
Well, first of all, we don't have we had hip hop for a long time, and what they have over there is that you're working with kids over there that are like 5th generation house heads. You know what I'm saying? They've had house all around them. They've got the studios in place. They've got the infrastructures in place. We're starting to build it now. So now you'll start getting people. I've seen a lot of the American people getting real close to the sound, which means that as soon as you start getting close, then you can start innovating. You know what I'm saying? That's where we're at. I think that we're this close to cracking that code. You know
because it's all about staying ahead, not just keeping up.
But you got to get there first.
Exactly.
You got to figure out where the sounds come from, how to make them, how to work like they do. And it's not like it's not like I can hang out at in Grosso's house tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wish I could. I'd love to. I'd sit with Grosso all day, and he'd probably not let me or tell me anything because that's just the way he is.
So you say it's more inbred in them. I think as the generations
you got these guys that do it all the time. Like we're just coming out into the sunlight now again. You know what I'm saying? As far as this music is concerned. You know, we had a lot of hip hop for a long time that was dominating, and there was, you know, dance music. We were just lepers. You know what I'm saying? Like in the darkness. You know what I'm saying? So now that it's being accepted, camaraderies are forming and groups of, you know, it's just like something everybody can get behind and start pushing. You know what I'm saying? You know, and make sense out of it. You know, and you know, we got friends like John Page. That I think is going to be a huge success very soon. We're having I see people popping up now because it's becoming the thing. You know what I'm saying? So.
Gotcha.
You get together with people like us. We collaborate and stuff like that, and then that's how we finally crack the code, the European code. I feel, you know what I'm saying? Because this is what it is. It's just like anything else. It's a code. We got to figure out how to crack it. How do they do it? What are they doing? What are they using?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And once you figure that out, then you can innovate.
Yeah.
And put it on Pirate Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. No, it's true because I had a friend in when I used to do a lot of stuff at ZYX, and he was in Germany.
Rusty.
No, not Rusty. Rusty,
Harry
man.
Towers?
Oh shit. No, I'm talking about. Do you guys remember Damone? Damone used to be in the Germany office, and they used to send him here to kind of like to watch everything and just But yeah, so I got to become good friends with him, and he used to send me all these records, and he came to the studio a few times, and we were talking. But yeah, man, he was just like he knew a lot of integrate, with software and just tricks that they were doing. So I was trying to learn as much as I could.
Funny story, right? I was working doing some graphic arts for somebody in the city, and the one guy, we were talking music, and the one guy goes, you ever heard this record? It's an old record, but it's a freestyle record, right? And it's like, we were there. We did the freestyle thing for a long time. We know freestyle records and stuff like that, and like. He lets me listen to it on the computer. I'm like, wow, I can't believe this is such a good sounding. It was like, along the lines of like Let the Music Play or something like that. Really good sounding mixed record, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, wow, this record, how did I not know this record at the year that it came out? It was like 84, 89 or something like that. It was like when I was DJing. And I was like, as I looked it up, I did some research. Turns out the reason why I never saw it is because the record was from Sweden. And I was like, those fucking Swedes, okay? They are so bad. I mean, I'm telling you, there's something about the Swedish people. I mean, next to the French people, obviously, because we obviously had a French invasion with the Sinclairs and the Geddes. That was the first invasion. The second invasion is obviously Swedish. You know what I'm saying? Because you got the mafia and then freaking bingo players, and you got a bunch of guys coming from Sweden that are banging stuff, and they get a great sound, and it's something in Sweden. You know what I'm saying? The chocolate. I don't know. We got to go there.
Something's going on, yeah, man.
Augustus.
Yo, you mentioned Harry Towers, yo. So shout out to Harry Towers.
Shout out to Harry Towers.
Yeah,
for
man.
sure.
I haven't seen him in a while.
All the Billboard guys.
Yeah. Shout out to all our Billboard peoples.
Yeah, man. Billboard. It seems today that the charts that everybody goes by is like the iTunes charts rather than the Billboard charts.
The Billboard chart is more for the club DJs. It's not. I don't know if it's for the public. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? iTunes is for the
dance chart.
Yeah, the dance chart is that we're Billboard DJs. We're one of 146 in the country for New York. I mean, and thank you. And trust me, we wanted to do it for so long, and it's like Billboard is one of those things that somebody's got to either die or just give it to you in his will or something like that, or just back down, which many people don't, because it's being part of the Billboard chart is not.
You don't want to give it up.
It's work. Don't get me wrong. You have to talk to a lot of promoters. You have to listen to a lot of music, and and then pick. I mean, you do that anyway as a DJ.
Yeah.
But it's just an overwhelming amount of music when you first start.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm overwhelmed.
It's nice. Yeah, I'm sure it's nice to just to be.
But it's good to be in the loop, and it's good. It helps us. It helps us on the other end in production and remixing, because it keeps our ears fresh as to what's going on, and it kind of gives us a little bit of an edge, you know what I'm saying, as far as like what's coming next, be like at least 4 months before it happens and stuff like that.
Everything comes around.
Yeah, but it just so it really helps us out to do that, so we're happy to be a part of it. But it's again, it's like one of those things. We're working. Me and Razor are working on building a brand. That's what we realized. Razor and Guido is a brand, and that's the way we work it. That's why, whether I hate him or love him, we're together forever. Mm-hmm. Like Lisette Melendez.
I got you. Sounds good, man. All right, so what can we look forward for over the next 6 months, the next 12 months, coming from you guys? What are you getting into? What do you got coming out? And,
right now, we're working on Jason Derulo's new one.
We're working on Jason Derulo's new record, Breathing, which is an amazing song. We just finished it up today. We're waiting for approval from the label, but I think that slowly, what you're going to start seeing from us, knock on wood, is that as your brand gets more popular, you start doing better. You start doing good work. Mm-hmm. you start getting the better and better songs.
Yeah.
And really, in the end, any remix, it depends on the song. I mean, I love it when people like Skrillex, did this great remix. She had a great song, regardless. There's some songs that you could, poop on, and it's still such a good song. You know what I'm saying? That it's, it's like, wow, it's like sounds good, but it's poop.
Uh-huh. I mean, a hit is a hit.
Yeah, a hit is a hit.
And 99% of the music that you put behind it, it's still going to be
right. So what happens is that the key to really remixing, obviously, is to get into that upper percentile of good music, because it's a lot of just filler music. You know what I'm saying? And then we've polished some turds and done the best we can and made turn records into good songs. But I mean, you really want the good. You want the good ones. You want the good Jason Derulo, the good singers and all that stuff, or even the up and comers. We just did a group called Carmen that I'm totally loving. Mm-hmm. We did a remix for this. It's a husband and wife team, right? She sings and he plays the piano. It's kind of like Captain Tennille. Okay. I call him the new Captain Tennille. Uh-huh. And it's just came out. Just got released. Karmin, Carmen, and it's called Broken Hearted, and they're just great songwriters.
Oh, well, you know what? That reminds me of a group called Everything But the Girl. That guy and that girl, and Tom Terry took that folk, song, and look what he turned that into. So, very good, man. So, anything else as far as you want to talk about? And then I want to let everybody know where they can find you, where they can stay in touch with you. So.
We're always in the studio. That's easy. I guess. Well, he wanted to. Razor wanted.
I wanted to see if we can get the show March 17th to Aura live.
Oh, you want to broadcast?
We could. We used to do live out of Savannah. So maybe
if we could hook that up, that would work.
Okay. Yes, we're gonna be at Aura. You were asking. We're gonna be at Aura March 17th. Aura is in East Meadow.
Tempo, DJing show.
That's approved.
That's approved.
All right. No, I just want to make sure ain't be saying bullshit over here. Like the time that I said that Jose was going to be at that place and he wasn't there. Nobody believed me.
I was there, man. I was there.
Jose, can you see?
Anyhow, Aura, March 17th, Razor and Guido and Tempo will be working with us. And hopefully maybe we'll be debuting.
Okay, so all right, so
maybe we'll be debuting Leah's next song.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, so then we got to get together and discuss that because maybe we'll broadcast.
No, it'd be great. Cool. I think he'd be open to it. I think it's just another good thing to be a part. To have at the club. You know what I'm saying?
That would be pretty exciting. Absolutely. Okay, so we'll definitely talk to that. All right, so let everybody know as far as Facebook, Twitter, where they, all your fans can kind of keep abreast of what you guys are doing for the future. And then I want to
you can keep abreast against me.
Sorry, did I say something?
No.
Breast?
No, he can keep abreast against me. But anyhow, razorandguido.com. Also, we Razor and Guido at Facebook. Razor and Guido. It's just, right.
Search Google.
You can just search my name. Search my name, you'll figure it out.
I thought we were gonna get Leah to do a little.
But
new one.
You want to do something? It's up to you guys.
I wanted to show everybody the little taste of the new one.
Okay.
I think we should. I think Leah. We wrote this song. Okay, here's the deal with Leah. I want to say real quick because you touched upon it before, but you gotta understand, like, you're a songwriter. You've done a lot of sessions. I mean, in fact, I've done sessions here. Which, fun fact, right? Remember that group I brought here, the R&B guys?
Yes, I do.
All right, you know that the one guy, Bell, not the guy who played the sax, the other guy, the singer, the writer. Mm-hmm. You don't know who his name is Balewa Muhammad. Okay. Balewa Muhammad went on to not be in a group to be one of the biggest writers of our time. He wrote "Dirty" for Christina Aguilera. He wrote "Love That Man" for Whitney Houston. He just wrote "Just Another Lonely Girl" for Justin Bieber.
Wow.
So Bobby the Harris had some people come through here, man.
Yeah, man. There have been a lot of people. Yeah.
Wow.
So.
But speaking of, so we know writers and songwriters. I'm going to tell you right now, Leah comes to the studio and she is such a talented girl. It's not just the talented, but it's just when you connect with someone and they got the same head as to what you want. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's a delight because I'm used to working. You
don't even have to think about it.
Yeah,
you put the beat on, she starts saying, "Okay, this is."
That's it. Yeah, it's so. And when you got real talent too, it's just sometimes. So let's face it. Sometimes you got to trade off talent for beauty. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's like, and you're looking at her, wow, this girl's hot, and she starts singing harmony, you're like, wow, this girl's hot. You know what I'm saying?
How many times, as a producer standpoint, how many beautiful girls have you worked with knowing that they can't sing for
in the
life,
back
but
of my,
somehow you're just hoping you can make something out of it?
In the back of my head, it's like, you know, it's like, I'll fix it.
Yes.
I've got an awesome set of tools. I'll fix it. You know what I'm saying? With Leah, it's so different because it's like,
that's good.
Yeah, with Leah, it's so different because she just right away, she just.
Right. So she's got the whole package, man.
And then when we started talking about it, because it's just to us, when we start working with people, we don't just work with them. No, not anymore. We don't just work with them because they're beautiful or this. Not anymore. Now you're trying to look for.
You did what you had to do in the beginning.
In the past, you don't say whatever, but the thing we try to look for somebody that we could jive with and just have a good time with and really enjoy ourselves because screw it, we're doing this for free.
Yeah.
To a certain extent. I mean, later on it comes the money. You know what I'm saying? But at first, it's an investment. So you got to make sure that you really want to work with this person because you know.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, so she comes in.
She comes in.
She comes in and we every time she comes in, we write a song. Like rock.
No, you talking about.
Oh,
you talking.
Every time she comes in, we write a song like drop of a hat. Seriously. So the first one you heard, Forever, that was like the first day, and then she came back the next day and we did another song called Can't Say, but. Then that day we were just like we had done the vocals for Can't Say and like want to do another one. All right, that's fine. Dude, in like 15 minutes we came up with Pushing.
Nice.
And it's just she's just started humming this melody and it's just the words came out right away. And I want her to just do the, if she doesn't mind, I want her to just do the verse.
That'd be cool.
The verse and the chorus
a little bit. And
good.
But within 25 minutes we had a whole song written and you know. We just had a basic beat, but within 25 minutes we had the whole song written, soup to nuts, the bridges and everything.
Should we turn that beat off?
Yeah, turn that beat off. I'll beatbox.
Right.
This will be the R&B version because we don't have our beat behind us.
All right, this is live, StrongIsland.com. This is HouseWerk. We have Razor and Guido in the building. We have the lovely Leah Delgado here, and Jose, Mr. Lights, Christy Couture. The building is packed. Miss Cookie's here. Andrew Mallory's here. Leah, your manager's here, and your boyfriend's here also?
Yes.
Okay, so we got a packed house.
Very supportive.
Great. So yeah, we got a nice vibe tonight. So thank you everybody for coming. So
and Daisy the dog.
Daisy the dog. All right, cool.
Right. And now, Pushing, right?
Sample of Pushing.
Sample of Pushing. Go ahead.
Suddenly, reality hit me, and I don't know if I'm gonna survive it. Inside of me is the will to survive, but the pressure keeps building. Life keeps pushing, pushing, pushing. You gotta keep moving, moving, moving. Don't stop doing, doing, doing. If you're gonna make it through the night.
Yeah. You see, when stuff like that is happening, it's so easy. But
Very
you know,
nice.
but and it seems like that would be the case all the time, and it's absolutely not. And you know this,
No, it's
you
not,
know,
yeah.
that you just like you know, because
Sometimes
I've had the biggest talk is like I could sing, I could do this, and then you know, a girl can't sing the second they won't sing right in front of you. First of all, because that's just like you know,
Yeah, well,
like you know,
unless there's another reason, but we can't talk about that.
it's under litigation.
Well, a girl, if she can't sing, she could be a little shy for some reason. She has to break through it. and then
Well,
she's
you got to
good.
break it. You got to break her out of that. If she could really sing and she has to break through it, then
Yeah.
she should just break through it.
Yeah, I hear you.
You should not let nothing stop you. But I'm just saying, like, other than that, also, it's just you know, just being able to have somebody understand what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? And,
Well, it's a good working
And-
relationship.
You know, I have been doing this forever. This is, you know, not the first project
Wrote a song about it.
forever. Not the first project I've been involved with, and I'm just so happy that I'm working with two outstandingly talented but professional men in the industry. And speaking,
Men.
Thank you.
Called you men.
speaking from a woman's point of view, there's a lot of producers out there that want you to do more than just sing. So, you know, you got to be very careful.
The old casting couch.
Very careful in the industry, and it's nice to work with professionals.
Yeah, well,
Um,
no, I'll tell you. Listen,
It's been nice working with you.
no, you couldn't have fell into better hands because I've known these guys for a long time, and like I said before, like they've been doing this their whole life, and the dedication and the drive, because you know it doesn't happen all the time. You know, for people, I know people who I've known my whole life who have been trying to do the same thing that and they just still cannot put out records, CDs, or music, and it's not as easy as it sounds. You know, and a lot of people. Yo, man, I know it's crazy.
I still say I'm making a CD,
but
I stopped saying making a tape a little bit ago, just about
it's
3 weeks ago.
There's a lot of talented people that just don't have, you know, to be a producer. I mean, how many times do we listen to these songs over and over and over again after the artist goes home, and we're literally days and days and days listening to it thousands of times. A lot of people can't do that, and that's what makes a good producer a good producer. You guys have been through it. You paid your dues. And they're very talented. And they know what they're doing, and they're definitely on the cutting edge. And if there's any Americans who are gonna give the Europeans a run for their money, it's these guys right here. So you're in good hands.
Here's what people don't realize. Thank you very much. But here's what people don't realize also is that we didn't work with each other for 8 years. We stopped working with each other in 2001, and started up again 3 years ago. So I mean, people yeah, we had a lot of hits and we've done a lot of good things, but we haven't had any time yet. Trust me, we're ramping back up again, you know. And this time it's just much stronger. We're older, we're more scared. Yeah, do it, and you know, this is do it again for real. Like, you know, we're living up to our music, but this is the deal. I mean, this time what it was this time obviously is that we had to adapt to the business. That was the biggest challenge. The first time was easy compared to this time because it was like there was no adapting. You just did music, and there was always a label that would take it, and there was always a Kevin Williams. There was always Williams put out our first record, by the way.
Yeah.
Kevin Williams signed our first record as when it wasn't Razor and Guido, it was called Sleepless, because we were not sleeping, and we sold it. It was I know, and that's why I want to give a shout out to Kevin Williams, because Kevin Williams signed our first. It was called Good Times. He worked for 8 Ball Records. It was on Empire State. Yeah, and then also you were asking me before about like one of the records that really defined us. Well, as far as a remix is concerned, it would have had to be Unspeakable Joy, and that was Nervous. That was Nervous Records.
And you know what's funny is because I was going to say those two songs, and I don't know how you were going to place them, which one and which, but I felt like Unspeakable Joy was such an anthem, you know, that it really put you guys on the map.
That was the first vocal that put us on the map.
That was just huge. It was a huge song. I mean, the style, everything was just a great tune, and it got big play.
Yeah, I should have probably mentioned it before, but I always, you know, I was thinking more production but yeah, as far as like Unspeakable Joy was definitely the first vocal that, I mean,
yeah.
Was there one before that? I mean, not a real vocal. There were, before Unspeakable Joy, actually, it was Kylie Minogue, but it didn't hit in the States the same way it did over there. Gotcha. Kylie Minogue, but yeah, Unspeakable Joy is the one.
Yeah.
Then This Joy.
Those are
This Joy's a close second, I guess, with Vanessa Mitchell, but
cool.
Unspeakable Joy.
And last question. How did you feel when your record was remade? Do it again.
When was it remade? That we don't know. I mean, we did it last year. We had it remixed.
Okay. Did you guys have somebody do remixes? You had it remixed. So you were behind that project.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that was my question.
Guido,
okay, all right, cool.
Okay.
So how did that come about? Just out of curiosity, because I was curious. Did somebody just do it and then you?
Yeah. No, because I mean, it's a funny situation. Obviously, you know, that's our baby. You know, that's something. But the real problem is with the label. Groovalicious was a subsidiary of Strictly Rhythm, right? Mm-hmm. What happened was that just before the collapse of all the record labels, Strictly Rhythm was bought up by Warner Brothers. When the record labels collapsed, they dropped Strictly Rhythm and for many years, Strictly Rhythm didn't have any records out. Groovalicious fell to the wayside. The whole catalog is shut down. They won't even open it. Like we can't. There's so much stuff on Groovalicious. other than our stuff, like the I don't oh my god, there's so much stuff on Groovelicious.
There was a big
That's a
label.
big catalog, you know what I'm saying, that people don't realize. And that included Do It Again. And we had nobody really wanted to touch it at Strictly. They didn't want to give us rights to it and stuff like that. So what happened is we got lucky that my friend Lisa Kensington was dating Richard Gray. You know what I'm saying? Okay. At the time, and she brought it up to his attention. I didn't ask her. But I guess she wanted to do a record with him, and she knew about my friend Jackie, who's good friends with her, mentioned it to her, and she mentioned it to him, and they did it for fun, and we got really lucky about that.
Cool.
And
I heard it. I mean, my opinion, you love the original. But nothing's going to beat the original. But
we got really lucky because on top of that, it was almost like there were people just waiting to do it again.
Yeah, I can imagine. Well, that's what I didn't know that you were behind it. So when I heard it one day, it was last year, and I was like,
we had Richard Gray graciously do a mix for us with Lisa Kensington. We had also Jay Cantel, which Jay Cantel manufactures superstars and. Which manufacturer superstars are blowing up right now. But Jay Cantel, who's the other guy? Oh my God, Trent Cantrell, Jay Cantel, and manufacturer superstars all did a mix together. They did one mix, which was amazing. That was us. We were behind it. It was signed to Red Stick, which is a subsidiary of Strictly Rhythm, so it's in the family.
All right, cool.
By George Hess. So yeah. But yeah, and then we have to say right now, if it wasn't for Johnny Vicious, we'd be nowhere because Johnny Vicious initially introduced us to everybody when we first started coming out. And actually, Johnny Vicious, I did a lot of mix downs for Johnny Vicious back in the day.
Yeah, I think I recall.
I did the Veronica records, the Whitney Houston record, the React record. I mixed those down. I also mixed down for Jonathan Peters, Let the Sun Shine, Respect. I was an engineer. Like you for a while.
Yeah, that's what I remember. Yeah. All right, cool, man. So, all right, so I want to let everybody why don't you come over here, Razor, and just say goodbye. Let's give a proper goodbye. And I want to before we end, Christy, just want to come on for 5 minutes and just update some people? Okay. All right, so I just want to, while we have Razor and Guido here, I want to thank them for coming tonight. You guys killed it with the music.
Thank you, bro.
The interview. It was great to see you guys. I haven't seen you in a while. So shout out to everybody here. Shout out to Razor and Guido. Anybody?
It's awesome. We're still walking.
Last shout outs. Anybody you want to say what's up to? Let's do it now.
Strong Island.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Check.
Okay, cool.
Strong Island.
It's going to be recorded, right?
Yeah, man. This is going to be on YouTube tomorrow.
Perfect.
I don't know if I could sign
Corona,
off.
are you watching?
I don't know if I could sign off on that one. I thought it was just going to be for your own
You sound like the
enjoyment.
Godfather now. Now you really are Guido. You went from Guido to Guido in like 2 seconds.
Can I get Jose over here, my light guy? Damn.
Yeah, Jose, come on over here, man.
No doubt.
We don't go anywhere without Jose. He's our light guy.
Yo, Jose, Mr. Lights.
And just general nice guy next to the.
Yeah, we're a little tight, so initially we wanted to have everybody here.
Wait,
and
he's gonna hug
I'm gonna
me.
kill Jose and Christy because they made me get all these new lights, and I'm sweating my balls off here. I swear to
He's
God.
about the light guy and put lights in your studio.
You do see them online.
I'm sweating like a hooker in church.
You see my balls online? What are you?
What?
He's,
No, but online you see everybody perfect.
yeah, I know. You can see good, but it's hot as hell.
HD, man.
Whew.
Bobby's only sweating because he's hiding that shirt on he has underneath that hoodie.
Well, I didn't properly dress.
He's a PETA supporter, people.
Love it.
Pussy lover.
Pussy lover.
With a cute little Garfield underneath it.
Yo,
Keep it
shout
G-rated.
out to Dennis the Menace. He gave me the shirt
Pussy
years
lover.
back, so.
Dennis the Menace. Shout out to Dennis
Oh my
the
God,
Menace.
Dennis.
All right, cool.
Jesus.
Oh, Jesus. Shout out to
He's definitely playing video games right now.
shout out to everybody at Aura. Shout out to
Check. Yeah, he's playing video games right now. I'll see him when I get home.
shout out to Long Island, Strong Island, everybody at Aura, everybody at Glow, everybody in the job page.
All right, cool. All right, thank you, Razor and Guido. Christy, get in here.
Right.
And
All right.
actually, I'm
Peace out.
gonna get out of this seat here. So if you want to sit here,
So thank you very much for tuning into the show, and I appreciate everybody that views us and supports us. Excuse me. And Mr. Light, you have anything else you have to add?
No, I want to thank everybody coming down. Razor and Guido, Leah.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, guys.
Anthony,
You guys
thank you
so
very much.
wonderful. This is a bunch of very talented individuals, and I think we all owe them something throughout another time or another, for such special moments that they give us, either whether it's in a nightclub, whether it's in the backseat of your best friend's car, or in the booth at Glow.
The booth at Glow.
So thank you so much, guys, for coming down. I really appreciate it, and thanks for tuning in. All right, thank you so much.
StrongIsland.com.
StrongIsland.com, everybody. We'll see you next week, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. HouseWerk every Wednesday, coming live. Thank you very much.